we're populating, blah, 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 blah. Where am I? There I am. Alright. 4 seconds into it, 5 seconds into it. Hey, our friend from Quebec, Jerome's in the house. Hard rock miner. Also, a Gold Claw user. Among us Gold Claw users. The dig system. How you doing, Jerome? Excellent. I'm doing real good, Jason. You? Excellent. Glad to hear it, Jerome. Hey, Jerome, in your videos, don't worry about your English, man. You're French Canadian, you're Quebecian. Don't worry about your English, brother. We understand. All right, Michael Brees is in the house, a guy I work with. Good guy. Thanks for joining us, Mark. We have Mark from Virginia in the house, the bald one. Thanks for joining us. Don't worry about it, Jerome. You're doing fine, man. Just find some gold. Hey, Duran, how you doing? How's Utah? Pete, welcome. Dennis Yeager, how you doing, Dennis? Hope to run into you more on the river this season. See who all else is coming in. Hopefully some others. We have John Miller. I hope to be dredging with him more than we did last season, this season. What, once? We'll go. Hey, Mr. Cooper, in the 70s, man, I don't think it even hit 30 today here in Ohio, when last week it was in the 70s. I see my better half is in the house. Hi, Judy. Mr. Rich Cooley. You can catch Rich tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Prospectors Radio, West Coast edition. He'll be with our friends Kathleen Biffle with Dredging Up the News, and then you have Dennis Dayton and Ron Harrison, and last but not least, the creator himself, Mr. Tim Grimes. That's 9 o'clock Pacific Standard, or Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Okay, what was that? Yeah, I hope to be able to get down there, John Miller. Hey, Ronald, how you doing? Mr. Goldsmith. Hey, Dick and Mel. Dennis Dayton. While Dennis Dayton's in the house before their show at 9 o'clock our time, I'd like to thank Dennis for his contributions to Prospecting with Ed and Jesse, and our demo cons for our gold panning demonstrations for disabled veterans we have in the works, and Boy Scout troops throughout Northwest Ohio and beyond. And speaking of that, here in May, or the end of this month, what is it? April, sorry. In April, Jesse and I, and hopefully a couple others, will be at the Bath Township School doing a gold panning demonstration for the Bath Cub Scout and Boy Scout troops. Oh, not much, Mike. Just trying to stay relaxed and cool and not too butterfly-y and nervous for this live show experiment thing I'm doing. Other than that, I'm doing all right. Kevin Fisher, thanks for coming in. You know, I've been talking about my next project, doing a rocker box. Go back to the old school high banker, the grandpappy of our high banker, the gold cradle, or some would call it the rocker box. You know, you have a rocker here and a rocker there, and you have a sluice with some riffles in it and some kind of matting. Then you have your area where your baffle is, and then your classifier, and your handle, and you pour water from a cup into your classifier, and your material goes through here, down here, and down while you're rocking away at it. I'm still going to do one. Not sure if I'm going to build an old school style. I think I will. Build an old school style and use one with the bucket. But then I had an idea. I've been wanting to build it anyway. I got the leaf blower. I have the perfect bucket. Perfect bucket. You don't want a regular bucket where the cap snaps on like, a mud bucket or something. I got this bucket. It's for when we had a swimming pool, our 3-inch chlorine tablets came in. The top seal's real good. I have a seal for it somewhere. And then it snaps right on and locks into place. I have a couple of broken shop vacs. I have this. You know what I'm going to make, right? But what I want from you is for the shop vac, that's my section hose. Shop vac or backpack or rocker box. Give me a laugh for rocker box. Thumbs up for for the pack. Can you help me? I'm not seeing nothing. What's that? Oh, there it is. Okay, so far we have backpack, hearts. Hearts ain't in the boat. Laughing face, laugh, haha. Gold cradle, thumbs up. Thumbs up, shop vac, backpack. What do I need? I don't know. What I need is a brand new Allen Trees American Gold Dredge 4-inch. With there, I got my regulator and everything. That's made by Allen Trees of Riggins, Ohio. Dredge Builder's Warehouse. Hit. Just joking, Alan. When I was in cahoots with Daryl Grimley and Cedar Woolley, Washington, with Pastry Enterprises, we used to sell American Gold dredges, which back then in the 90s, it was Alan Trees' Dredge Builders Warehouse, the Gold Grabber. Oh, I see my sister-in-law's in the house. Hi, Rosie. Thanks for joining us. The sluice box out of what kind of wood? It'd be wood I get laying around. Probably the same stuff I made my fluid bed sluices out of, Ronald. But I'm leaning more towards this because I would use this more than I use this. But my partner in crime, Toledo Jess, was suggesting a rocker box, which I like the idea. I also want to do a hand dredge, you know, even though I'd hardly ever use it, but we'll make one anyway. So I think that will be it. You guys didn't help much. Jeez, thanks anyway, though. Thanks anyway. Right on. Thank you, Heather. Hey, Bobby. OSPA meeting at Buckabilly's in Willard. The third Sunday of the month. Should try and make it. I believe it's open to the public. Let me see. I have brought up the show tonight on Prospectors Radio tonight when Rich Cooley and Dennis Dayton were in. Don't forget to catch their show, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Again, want to thank Dennis Dayton and Dayton Prospecting for what they do for Prospecting with Ed and Jesse and Flash in Your Pan Productions, along with Prospectors Space and Prospectors Radio, the Wandering Buffaloes, and my good friend Rignad Man. I don't see any other YouTube producers in the house. I see my friend Jesse Frank in the house. She's married to my other friend Jake Frank. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Jill. Hi, Jill. Troy. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Troy. How you doing, buddy? Hope to see you at Buckabilly's. Anyone in central Indiana? The Indiana Gold Prospectors this weekend, the 18th and 19th, are meeting up at Morgan Monroe State Forest. So hit Thomas Folks up. If you're in the prospecting community and watch YouTube videos, you know who I'm talking about. Or you could talk to Jeffrey right here in the house. Binik? However you pronounce your name, Jeffrey, sorry. Behnke. He'll be there, I believe. what else? I'd like to thank the Buckeye chapter of the GPAA and the OSPA for all their help with demo cons and demonstrations for Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts and everything they do for my shows. So, what's new with everybody? Anything else? Oh, yeah. For all you Washingtonians out there, this weekend also, the 18th and 19th, is the GPAA Golden Treasure Show in Puyallup, Washington. It's at the Washington State Fairgrounds. 110 9th Avenue, Southwest Puyallup, Washington. If you need to call for any information, call 1-800-551-9707, extension 149, and they'll be happy to answer any of your questions. I don't see nothing else there that I want to get into this week. Oh yeah, some of you might know I won a gold nugget off of Second Chance Gold Mines in Quebec. Jerome, are you still in here? You're from Quebec. Do you know Second Chance Gold Mines Inc? Sherbrooke, Quebec, I believe it is. You know who they are? Well, I actually won something. This Irish guy, Irish-German mutt, actually won something, but I won a little gold nugget. Congratulations. Thank you for being a fan of our page. Hope you will love the nugget. Second Chance Gold Mines. Here, I want to make sure you guys can see it. And got a lot of lag on my tablet. Gee whiz. Can you see it? Focus. If I remember right, when I weighed it, it was 0.04 or 0.4 grams. 0.4 grams. Yeah, it's a nice little nugget, Judy, honey. 4, not 5. Unless my scale's messed up. It could be. But it's... Thank you very much, Second Chance Gold Mines. Sherbrooke, Quebec. That has to be Quebec. It ain't Alberta, I don't think. Looks like a Q to me. It don't look like for Alberta. It definitely ain't BC. It ain't Saskatchewan. It's not New Brunswick or Nova Scotia. Mr. Ken Snyder's in the house. The American prospector. Ken Snyder is also a representative of our friends Clint Washburn of the Gold Claw. Now, while you're at Puyallup, I want you to go by and see Kent and Ken and tell them hi for Ed while I'm out here in my shed. You could tell them hi for me and tell them I'll see them in Indianapolis. There's a few cities called Sherbrooke. Okay, go figure. Well, Jerome, I like that Quebec in gold. I might have to get a passport and come up and see you. But that was a nice surprise. Real nice surprise. Thank you very much. Second Chance Gold Mines. So, it ain't a scam. People do win. I just wish this Irish lad would win a bit more, eh? Awesome. Thanks, Jerome. I like Canada. It's a fun country. Wish there wasn't so much lag on my tablet. I'm trying to work on getting the internet signal out here more, so I might have better speeds. Got me a whiteboard too. Thought it might come in handy for some things. And no, I'm not really a teacher. I usually say I'm a doer, not a teacher. My dad was a teacher, and he was a good one. My mom was more of a doer, though. Not to knock you, Dad. Bless your heart. I love the guy. If you want to know my dad, if you get to know me, that's pretty close. My dad was one cool dude. All right, which one of you did that spit wad? Ken Snyder, was that you? Maybe it was you, Jerome. Damn, it's not giving me the time again. I don't know if I'm lagging or what. And my other watch is over there. I don't know how long I've been live again. 23 minutes. That ain't bad. All right. Ken's busted. That's why he sits at the back of the class. Well, I'll have to work on that, honey. But you're kind of at an angle. I did it from over there, but then I'd have to move all my buckets of cons and rocks and move my table over here. So you get it. So, hey, John, how you doing? We got a few Johns in here, don't we? John Miller, John Lane. And Dave Dunlap, we got a rock star in the house, Dave Dunlap of Warhorse. If you want to hear some good tunes in the greater Columbus, Ohio area, go check out Warhorse at some gig near you down there. Thank you, honey. Run those buckets. You betcha, Dick. I'll run those buckets. Some of them I'm running again. How you doing, David Dunlap? Okay, well, oh yeah. If any of you need some decent geology books or rock books, there's the National Audubon Society Field Guide to Rocks and Minerals. That's a really good book. There's Toledo just showing up. Hey Jesse, how you doing, partner? And this book's for my grandson when he gets a little older. It's First Guide to Rocks and Minerals. Then I have a pretty good guide here. It's really well illustrated and stuff, pictures, a lot like the Audubon one. Actually, they all have good illustrations and pictures, descriptions and stuff. But this is Rocks and Minerals of North America. Really good book. And for any Midwest prospectors, since I live in the Midwest, I'm going to talk more about the Midwest. Sorry to my West Coast brothers and sisters, but Midwest Gold Prospecting by Chuck Lassiter is a really good book. It covers a lot of good stuff from the glaciers to different types of maps, all kinds of goodies. And from the Indiana University, Indiana Geological Survey, Golden Diamonds in Indiana, an update, Circular 12, goes into a little of the history and a little on some glacial maps and golden diamond occurrences in Indiana. Oh, and this book ain't bad. It's on dowsing. I've been reading the chapter, The Art and Science of Dowsing, and then the chapter, Dowsing for Treasure. It's by John A. Oram. Oram's Earth Treasures Quest Dowsing. That's a pretty decent book. But just thought I'd share a little with you, a little something for your library. Because research is always helps with the cabin fever during the winter. Well, I don't keep up on Gold Rush, so I'm not going to talk about Todd Hoffman and Parker and the Vikings, Tony Beats, and I don't watch any of those other ones, so I can't talk about that. And that's about it. Been about a half hour. That's about good enough. So hope to see you in the chat over at goldprospectorspace.com in the main chat room during this evening's radio show. And hopefully Tim has the phone lines working, so all you out there in California, Oregon, Washington, and Arizona, Nevada, Idaho can all get in and watch the show. That's what you have to do, Jerome, you know. I know back home in Washington, I always did a lot of study, picking up books from the CCCC, the Conservations Corps and stuff. They would have geological reports and all kinds of stuff in it, and little side notes and stuff, and some other books, and old 1800s geological reports and stuff, and different district histories. If you want to know a good author of some good books on the history of different districts throughout everything, this gentleman's from the state of Jefferson. Yes, I said the state of Jefferson. It's part of Northern California and Southwest Oregon. His name's Kirby Jackson. He's written quite a bit of stuff. Also, Roy F. Mayo from Tuolumne, Washington, God rest his soul, he wrote a few books on Washington and Oregon. They're really easy reading and pretty informative. If you can find them, I recommend that. And there was a guy in the Okanagan, went by the name of Prospector Ed. He looked a lot like Dennis Dayton, you know, had that big old Santa Claus white beard and kind of big. He was a really good guy, really intelligent, knew his stuff, like, he knew his geology like frickin' Jeff Williams does, and Doc from Gold Hog. He pretty good guy. Whitley Haunhorst is in the house. Thank you for joining us again, Whitley. It's my daughter-in-law. Well, you know, thank you for allowing me to take up some of your time this evening, and I don't want to just drag on talking about much to do about nothing. So thank you again for joining me. Please, if you're not a subscriber of my YouTube channel, head over to youtube.com/user/TDZ61. Become a subscriber today. Be much appreciated. And until then, happy trails and golden pans. May you always have a flash in your pan. Yeah, you know I'm going to say it. And if Jesse was here with me, live TV, he would be going, you know what he's going to say? Maybe 1 day 2. All will see you on the river. Good night, y'all. Thank you very much.